Alright, on this problem, first thing you want to do is take your exponent of 2 and distribute it into the parentheses, and then you come over here and do your -1 and distribute it second. So I take my 2, and when I distribute it here, it's really b to the -5 over 2 times 2 over 1, and then on the bottom it's going to be c to the -2 over 5 times 2 over 1. And so, ignoring the whole second part for just a moment, that's going to turn into b to the -5 power over c to the -4/5 power. Because these 2's will cancel, and this 2 will multiply by that 2 to give me that -4 over there. And then I'm going to, again, I'm not even dealing with the second part yet, I'm going to go ahead and take these negative exponents and trade places, because whenever they're negative that means they need to switch. So I need to take the b and bring it down to the bottom, so it's going to be b to the +5 power. I'm going to take the c and move it up to the top, and so it's going to be c to the 4/5 power. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and deal with that second parentheses, which has the -1 that needs to get distributed, and that will just turn those into positive. So all that turns into is a positive b to the 1/4 power and a b to the, c to the +1/5 power. Okay, so now our job is to go ahead and multiply, and since this is just a second parentheses, it's actually over 1 because they're both positive exponents. So what that means is that they all get multiplied to the top, so I can rewrite it this way. I can put b to the 1/4 out in front, so I'm just kind of putting it in front of that, and on the bottom there's still b to the 5th power, and then on the top we have c to the 4/5, and then multiplied by c to the 1/5. And then what we need to do is deal with our powers just like we have in class, where if there's multiplication, a product of the bases, I need to add the tops. So the top of that one is going to turn into c to the 5/5, which is going to turn into a 1 in a moment. And then when there's division, we need to subtract the bases, or subtract the exponents. And so we've got 1/4 and 5. If we subtract those, it's going to be, so it's 5 minus 1/4, and that turns out to be 4 3/4. But we don't want to write it as 4 3/4. We actually want to write it as 19/4, because you multiply your 4 and your 4 and add 3, so you get 19/4. And so that's what's going to be on top of the b. Now I'm going to have that be on the bottom because I subtracted, and it's going to, it was actually, I subtracted 5 minus 1/4. It was actually 1/4 minus 5, which would have given you a -19/4, which means that it needs to go back down to the bottom. So on the bottom of the c, there would be b to the 19/4, and then we could probably just reduce the 5 to be a 1/1 and call that our final answer. So c to the 1st power over b to the 19/4.